got that. Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kat, and today we're doing a reading vlog. I'm very excited. I initially had something else completely planned in my brain where I wanted to do a whole graphic novel reading vlog, but some things came up, life happened, and that just didn't end up working out. I was gonna start first thing in the morning. It's currently, how I looked at my pretend clock, it's currently like 4 o'clock when I'm starting this, so I'm starting this pretty late in the day. This morning I had to have a friend come over and my battery was dead and we needed to jump it. I had to bring my dog to a grooming appointment, and that ended up getting pushed because of the whole situation I had in the morning with the car. So I initially wanted to go to the library and see what they had for graphic novels and do a whole like graphic novel reading vlog this weekend because it's a long weekend, but that didn't really go to plan. So I'm gonna shift. I'm gonna do a little different. I almost completely didn't record because something about me is that I can get really in my head about things. So like when my whole car situation happened, I was too stressed and felt like a little bit overwhelmed, and I was like, I can't record a reading vlog. I don't think I'll be like in the right like mindset, but everything's okay. I needed to like take a step back and take it one thing at a time. So I do want to do a reading vlog with some graphic novels that I currently own. Also, I have a library book and another book that I really want to finish. Oh my god. I just realized I lost my place. Let's see. Okay, so the first book that I've been reading this week, I'm going to finish probably today because I only have like 15 pages left, is Fruit Punch. It doesn't have the cover on it, but I'm reading Fruit Punch by Kendra Allen, and this is a memoir, and it's a pretty short one. I literally have like 10 pages left, so I'm gonna spend some time today reading. I have no other plans for the rest of the day. I'm just staying home, gonna do some laundry, and just have a chill evening. Finish this, and this one has been so good so far. Kendra Allen has written poetry, and the writing is beautiful. Oh, something I forgot to mention, I'm buddy reading this with Maddie, and she already finished, so I'm so close. I'm gonna finish tonight. The library book that I have that's not a graphic novel is Honey and Spice, and I'm going to be buddy reading this with Taz. I was trying to get it initially for Valentine's Day so we could read a romance on Valentine's Day, but I just couldn't get my hands on a copy from the library until like 2 days after Valentine's Day. But I'm so excited. I've been wanting to read a romance. I feel like that's just like what my brain needs right now, and to be honest, I don't know what this is about at all. I saw something about a fake relationship, and that sounds great. Most books I don't really like knowing what's going on, but I feel like for romances even more, I just want to dive in. I just want to read about it. I don't want to know anything beforehand, but I'm really excited for this one. It's been on my list for a while, and I'm glad that me and Taz are buddy reading it together. I'm hoping to start this one tonight because it is a little bit longer, but hopefully I can finish up this weekend. For the two graphic novels that I have, Good Talk by Mira Jacob, and this is a memoir graphic novel. I'm doing a challenge, the 12 books recommended by 12 friends, and Kayla suggested this one to me. I'm really excited for this one. I kind of skimmed through and I really like how some of the art is. It's like black and white text, but then like pictures. So this is one of the graphic novels I'm hoping to read. The next graphic novel I'm hoping to read is Fun Home by Alison Bechdel. I think that's how you pronounce it. So sorry if that's wrong. This one's also a memoir. So can you tell? I have a type and it's memoirs. I love memoirs. I don't really know much about it. I just know it's about Allison and her relationship with her father. That's about all I know. I always see Alex raving about this one, and Alex always gives really good recommendations, so I'm excited to start this one. I've had on my shelves for a little while. I'm excited that I'm finally picking it up. I think these ones I'll just kind of like switch between one of these graphic novels and Honey and Spice, and I feel like that'll be good. This month so far, we're like halfway through. I think it's like February 20th or so. I have not been able to read that much this month, and I know it's a shorter month, but I'm hoping me sprinkling in some graphic novels that will kind of help me get back into the rhythm. This time last year, I also had a really bad reading month where I think I read like 2 books, and it's not bad. Anytime you're reading, it's good. I need to tell myself that. I'm just not reading how I normally read, which typically in a month, I'll read about like 6 books. I'm giving myself some grace. We're gonna take it easy. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna read some graphic novels, which is something that I don't typically read. I'm hoping that this year I'll just read a bunch of graphic novels and really get into it. I wanna get into my graphic novel era. Like I said, I don't really know what a lot of these are about, but that's okay. I feel like most of these reading vlogs is gonna be me finding out with you, because I often don't look at descriptions. I just look at people's reviews and see how they feel about it, if they really liked it, if they were raving about it, and then I'll just add it to my list and completely forget what the synopsis is until I pick it up and read it. This is gonna be my second reading vlog, and hopefully it comes out okay, because I know today kind of started on a weird note for me, but this is life. Things happen, things come up, and we move on. So I'll see you in the next clip. Hello, welcome to this horrible lighting, but it's nighttime and it's a few hours later. I did finish Fruit Punch by Kendra Allen. I probably won't talk about it right now just because I feel like I need to marinate with it a little bit more, but it was really freaking good. I'll say that. Even though it's a tiny book, it's a very powerful one. I feel like the way, here I go, just talking about it. Anyways, I finished Fruit Punch and I'll probably talk about it a little bit more later. I forgot that I wanted to share some of the books that I picked up recently. And you might be wondering, I thought you were on a book buying ban and you're not supposed to be buying books. And that is true. But I did go to a used bookstore because I was trying to find one specific book. And of course I didn't find that book used, but I did find some other books used that I really wanted to own. So I bought them. And that's okay. We're good. It's fine. The first book and the main book that I was looking for and I was hoping to find a used copy was Woman Talking, and it's by Miriam Taves. Taves. No, it's Taves. I got a copy of this from my library and unfortunately I had to return it. I really wanted to read it, so I just bought it, and I loved Fight Night so much that I figured I would just buy a copy of this one. While I was there, I was looking at the used section. That one I didn't find used, but I found some gems and I feel like I couldn't leave them. I had to take them with me. The first book that I found was Good Talk by Mara Jacob, and I know I already talked about this earlier in the video. I was just sitting here and I was like, wait, I was supposed to share a little haul. So this was the first book I got. And then I also found The God of Small Things. This one's been on my TBR for a while. It intimidates me, but similarly to the Good Talk, for the 12 books, 12 friends recommendations, Kat recommended this one to me, and I'm also going to be buddy reading this with Addie. So we'll see. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know. It just, for some reason, really intimidates me. I think I'm going to have to take this one very slowly, I think. And I'm glad I found a used copy because I think with this one I will need to annotate. Typically I don't annotate. I feel like, is that a toxic trait? I don't know. But I have this weird thing where I don't want to mark up books. So instead I use Storygraph, and they have an add note feature that I love. So if there's ever a quote that I love or I want to remember, I'll add a note with the page number and what the quote is. And that's usually how I remember quotes. So I feel like for this one I will annotate it because I think I'm gonna need to. And then the final book that I found was Little Eyes by Samantha Schweblin. I finished Fever Dream. Did I talk about it in a video? I feel like I might have, but if I didn't, I finished Fever Dream. I loved it, and so I wanted to pick up Little Eyes by Samantha Schweblin. This one I already forgot what it's about. I think it's about dolls that have cameras in them. I don't know. I could be making that up. I prefer not knowing. So I found this and I'm so excited. I feel like Schweblin's gonna end up being one of those authors where I also want to own all of the books. And if I can find it used, I'm gonna pick it up. So I forgot I wanted to share that little haul. So I'm recording that now because I wanted to share those with you all. At this point, I need to like chill with the buying because I have to make a dent in the books that I my own. Yell at me if you see me hauling any books. I had a few more in my hands when I was walking out of the store, but I put them back and I kind of regret one of them, but it's fine. It's fine. I will maybe get it later on in the year once I make more of a dent in my physical TBR. I think for the rest of the night, I've started Love Island, so I'm on the very first episode of the latest season, and I'm going to probably finish that episode and dive into Honey and Spice and hopefully make a dent into this. Ooh, interesting. There's like text bubbles. Very cool. So I'm gonna dive into this one, and I probably won't do another update until tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow and we'll talk then. Hello, good morning. It's the next day. I wanted to give a little bit of an update on what I ended up finishing last night. Or no, I think I already told you that I finished Fruit Punch. I started Honey and Spice. This is like so good already to me. I'm on page 52, so I read a decent amount last night, for me at least, and a decent amount compared to what I've been able to read as of late. The writing is so good to me. Like, this feels like I'm watching a movie or a show. Just the way the writing is, it feels so, I don't know how to describe it, but there's a lot of descriptions and I can really like picture the scenes. The conversations are so good. It feels like real conversations, and the main character, I think she's hilarious and really quick-witted. Her and her friend have great conversations, so I really like it so far. I want to keep the glare, I'm sorry, it's a library book. I want to keep reading this one today, and I'm sure I'll make more of a dent. That's where I got with Honey and Spice last night. It's been really good. It's really fun so far. I also am hoping to dive into Fun Home today. I feel like maybe I could finish this one today if I start and sit with it for a little bit. We'll see. I'm really excited for this one. I figured I would start with this one because it's a little bit shorter. This is the plan. These are the books. Hoping to finish this one and then make more of a dent into this one. On the agenda for today, I'm going to brunch with a friend that I haven't seen in a little bit. She recently moved to the area that I'm in, and I'm so excited. She moved around like the holidays, so we haven't really gotten to catch up. So I'm gonna see her, and we might hit up some thrift stores. So I don't know, maybe I'll have a little bit of a haul. I need to get ready soon because I'm walking there and I need to pack my bag and make sure I'm good to go. I might bring Fun home with me since it's so small, and I don't know, you never know when there's like a little bit of time. So I'm gonna go get ready and I'll bring you along. Hi, Judy. Just quick. Hi, hello, I'm back from my adventure. I went to brunch with my friend, like I said earlier, and we actually did some exploring. We went thrifting, we went to Five Below, we went to Costco, we went to a bunch of different places. So that was a lot of fun. It was so nice catching up with her. I wanted to share some of the stuff I got. It's not book related, so feel free. I'll do a little timestamp. You can skip this if you don't care, but I just thought it'd be fun to share what I got because I'm really excited about the stuff that I found. So after we got brunch, we found a little antique store and I got some good stuff. It was one of those places where it was like stuff was everywhere. The first thing I found were these plates. They're so colorful. There's a yellow one, pink one, and then like, come on, these are beautiful. This is like my two favorite colors together. So I had to get them. Very cute. And then the set all together looks so good. I've been looking for like a sugar kind of container. Found this and I feel like it would work so perfectly. Oh, there's like sticker residue. I think it'll be so cute to put some sugar in here and leave it on the countertop. I also got this coffee mug. I loved like the blue and how like the flowers looked. That's so cool. And then the handle's kind of cool. It's like a little oval squoval. I don't know, but I got this for myself. I found this green scarf that I'm so excited for. I love this color. And then I also got just like a basic striped shirt. Put this under overalls. It could be like an undershirt. And then after we were at brunch talking about Squishmallows, I was telling her I don't have one and I've been really wanting to get one. So we kind of went on a hunt, but I finally got one. Is he not so cute? His name is Gregor. I love him so much, so he's my new guy. I'm gonna just carry him here. Besides that, I think I'm gonna get nice and cozy and then hang out and do some reading because I haven't done any reading today, so I'm feeling a little bit behind, but I think I'll probably read the graphic novel for a little, see if I can make a dent, see if I can finish it tonight. I'll keep you posted. We're gonna go hang out on the couch now and have a chill evening. Let's just pretend this isn't a week and a half later from when I filmed. I don't know what happened. I just kind of like didn't record anything else, and I didn't even end up the vlog. I didn't even talk about any of the books that I was reading and any updates on it, but I figured I would do a little check-in. I didn't end up finishing any of the books that I read during the weekend that I started the reading vlog. I actually kept on reading Fun Home, and I finished this one during this past week, so it took me about a week to kind of like get through this, even though it's so tiny. I don't know why. I just took a very long time with this. I was having a bit of a rough week. I feel like I didn't have enough time to really like sit with a book, and so I didn't really get to read this one, but I finished this one and I liked it. I enjoyed like the story and learning a bit more, and I love that it was like an autobiographical graphic novel, which I don't know if I've really read one. I think that there was like moments that were really funny, moments that were really tender, some were really sad to read about. The one thing that I wasn't really connecting with, I'm sorry if you can hear laughing, my boyfriend is currently playing with some friends, some games, so he's having a good time over there. Something that I was kind of struggling to connect with, and it's probably because I don't know much about it and I haven't read one of these books, but I was having trouble with, there was like sprinklings of like Greek mythology, I believe. You're talking about like Icarus, and I just don't really know much about Greek mythology, so I was having a hard time fully grasping it. And Allison also talks a lot about James Joyce and connecting it with her father, because her father was a teacher and also really enjoyed reading, and she really enjoys reading. So I liked that there was like that connection of how they kind of bonded a bit over books. The books themselves, I was like, ooh, I don't really know. I haven't read any of these books, so it wasn't hitting as hard as maybe it would have if I knew a bit more about Greek mythology and if I read some James Joyce. But other than that, like, I did really enjoy it. It was hard for me to read at first because I'm not used to like reading and looking at the picture, and the way my brain works, I feel like I really need to I want to look at everything. So I feel like that also was why it took me a while. Overall, I think it was a really good read. I'm glad that I picked this one up. It's been on my shelves for a while, so finally getting to a book that's been on my shelves instead of buying new books or going to the library. The next book that I talked about in my reading vlog that I wanted to read is Honey and Spice. I did not finish it during that weekend. I started it, but I can only really read one book at a time, and so this one was like getting my full attention. But I went in and started Honey and Spice this week. Once I finished Fun Home, this was so good. I'm not a big romance reader. I feel like I'm kind of shocked that I've read 2 romance books this year so far, but they've been books that I've been very curious about. This one was excellent. I don't know if I'm the best to talk about romance because I just don't read them often enough. I really enjoyed the relationship between Kiki and her best friend. I love that she had a radio show. I also really liked the relationship between Kiki and Kai. I thought that they had a very cute relationship. There were so many sweet and tender moments, and I feel like it felt like a healthy relationship. There were a lot of different like layers to this book, and I don't really want to cover all of them because I don't really want to spoil anything, but I thought that there was friendship, there was stuff about family, and also some messed up things that happened with someone that Kiki was involved with. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I felt so giddy reading it, and normally I'm very like easily cringed, but reading this one I was totally okay. I was just smiling to myself. There were so many cute moments in it that were really sweet, and I thought it was just so cute, and I really liked seeing their relationship and kind of the direction that it was heading. I don't remember if I covered this, but I hope I did in the beginning of this video. I honestly cannot remember what I filmed. This is basically about Kiki, and she has a talk show radio that's called Brown Sugar. She basically gives relationship advice. She bumps into someone who's new on campus, and he's a stud, like people are loving him, and she's kind of like, you guys need to be careful of him, but then they end up being in a fake relationship. So you can imagine where that goes. This is exactly what my brain needed this week. Maybe in the winter I just need to read more of romance because I think that's just what I need. The other book that I mentioned in this vlog is Good Talk, and I have not picked this up at all. I haven't read anything, but I'm hoping to start that this afternoon. I'm just at home, it's a snowy day, and I'm just gonna sit with this one, but I don't know if I'll vlog it, so look out for it in my reading wrap up. Hopefully I will have finished it then. But jumping into books that I'm hoping to read, I thought it would be fun to show my tentative March TBR. I went from reading like 3 or 4 books in February, and suddenly I want to read a whole bunch of them. And I know I probably won't get to all of them, but that's okay. I have 6 books that I'm hoping to get to. No, 7 books because I need to get to this one still. So got to these 2 so far in March. Oh wait, no, this one, sorry, I finished this one in February, so that one's done. First on the docket is going to be Good Talk, and then I'm hoping to read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. I'm hoping to use this one for the 10 Books, 10 Decades, and also for the Shake Up Your Shelves challenge. For the Shake Up Your Shelves challenge, I want to use this for a book that's been banned, and then for the 10 Books, 10 Decades, I think this was published in 1969, so that will be for the 1960s. So I'm really hoping to get to this one. This is a memoir, and I don't know, this one has been on my shelves for a very long time. It's about time I read this one. Also, it matches my nails. The next book that I'm hoping to read is You Be Mother by Meg Mason. This is one that I'm buddy reading with Seiki. It's March, so we are going to dive back into some Meg Mason, and I'm so excited. I have no idea what it's about, so I'm diving into this one completely without knowing anything, but I loved Sorrow and Bliss so much that I'm really excited to check out the rest of the books that Meg Mason has written. The next book that I'm hoping to get to is Getting Lost by Annie Ernaux. This is fully because Ivana, she picked up an Annie Ernaux and loved it so much that she bought a bunch of her books, and that's not something she typically does. So that's how I was like, okay, I'm gonna hop on this Annie Ernaux train. Kat also really likes Annie Ernaux. This is also a memoir. So we're up to 3 memoirs so far in March. This might have to be like Memoir March or something because, oh my god, there's another memoir. So that might be a thing. But this is a memoir and it's like different diary entries. So I'm really excited for that. I love like when you can pick up a book and it's like short chapters, or when it's just like letters like this. I love that because it's something you can pick up so easily and then just put down. Excited to read my first Annie or No, and I saw it at the library when I was picking up a hold that I had, and I immediately had to get it. I knew I had to because Ivana was raving about her now and her writing. So the next memoir that I'm hoping to read in March is All Darkness. I am so bad at titles. All Down, Darkness Wide. This was the pick for our book club, and I've never heard of this memoir. I've never heard of this author. I'm really excited to get into it. I love a memoir, as you all know, because I feel like I say that all the time. I can't tell you anything about this because I haven't read it. I literally just requested the hold and picked it up, and so we'll see what it's about. The cover alone is like stunning. Maybe I'll use this for the Shake Up Your Shelves. I think there's one that's like based on the cover, so I might do it for that one. And then the next book that I'm hoping to get to is Us Against You, and this is Frederick Bachman. This is the second book in the Beartown series. I'm going to be doing a buddy read with Sally, and I'm so excited to dive back into Bachman. I've read 3 of his books so far. I read A Man Named or Called Ove. I never remember. I never get it right. Anxious People and Beartown. I just really love his writing. It's so easy for me to like fall in, and I don't really care about hockey or sports that much, but for some reason I'm still invested in this one. And Sally sent me a little cute card. It was so sweet. So the first book, Beartown, is about a small town. They're a hockey town. Something happens with one of the members of the hockey team, and a girl divides the whole town, and it's just kind of really sad to read about and really heartbreaking. This one is a continuation of that. I actually don't really know what's going to be in this one or what's going to come of it because I don't fully remember how Beartown ended, so that's not great. I'm sure once I'm in it, I'll start remembering a bit more about it. Okay, and then I'm also currently listening to Big Swiss. I started that one a few days ago. I am enjoying it so far, but I haven't listened to it in a couple days, so I'm not that far in. I think I'm only like 3 or 4 chapters in. I like the writing so far, and I'm excited to keep listening to that one. The final book that I'm hoping to read is Milk, Blood, Heat, and this one has been on my list for so long, and I've heard so many good things, and it's tiny. It's a collection of short stories, which normally I get nervous about because I don't always think I'm like a short story girly, but I always hear really great things about this, so I want to give it a try and see how I like it. I'm hoping if this month I get super busy, this can be one of the books that I focus on. I don't know what it's about, and I feel like this is going to be a theme whenever I talk about books that I'm hoping to read because I don't often look at the description, or if I do, I completely forget what it's about. Let's see. Set among the cities and suburbs of Florida, each story in Milk, Blood, Heat delves into the ordinary worlds of young girls, women, and men who find themselves confronted by extraordinary moments of violent personal reckoning. These intimate portrayals of people and relationships scour and soothe and blast a light on the nature of family, faith, forgiveness, consumption, and what we may or may not owe one another. Ooh, Raven Leilani's on the back. Very cool. The Office of Historical Corrections. I've heard of that book, but I haven't read it. Wow. So I'm just really excited to dive in and see what this one's about and see if it'll become one of my faves for short stories. That's it. That's this video. I don't know how long this is going to be. I hope that I'm able to put together some sort of vlog. Something I wanted to say is that there's like 400 of you here, and I really appreciate all the support and love and the fact that you're all here. That means a lot to me, and honestly at times I am kind of like shocked, like I'm in disbelief a little bit. I really appreciate it, so I wanted to add a little note here and say thanks for subscribing, thanks for leaving comments, thanks for liking the video. I appreciate you all, and it just makes me so excited because I love making these videos. I love editing. I love talking about these books, even if I don't always find the words to cover these books, but I'm sure I'll keep practicing and hopefully I'll get better at talking about books. And yeah, that's this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.